Hello and welcome to episode 65 of the Gamebolt Podcast, your weekly dose of lightning in a bottle. Yeah, the official podcast of thegamebolt.com. Today, I'm your host, Grant, joined here by my wonderful co-host, Brett. How you doing?
Overwatch.
Yes, and you demanded, before we started recording, you demanded 50 minutes to talk about Overwatch.
Like, he demanded it, and we're sorry, folks, but we have to concede to Brett here. He was pretty adamant about it.
Yeah. Just a quick shameless plug. I'll plug it in at the end of the show too. My Overwatch is now on the site. Personally, it is my game of the year right now.
Oh, you haven't played Uncharted.
Oh yeah. I'll be playing it next week. And it's getting the Game Bolt seal approval like 15 times. So
15 times.
The first, unprecedented.
Wow. And since I wasn't on last week, congratulations to your Sixers for getting the number one pick.
Oh yeah, Ben Simmons, come on down to Philly. And then Kevin Durant's coming too, and
Kevin Durant.
Joel Embiid's healthy.
Wow.
These are all names that are over my head.
Hey, just basketball is going to be relevant again in Philadelphia.
Well, I picked a bad state to move to because, like, people from Indiana, like, eat, sleep, breathe, and bleed basketball. And I actually don't think there's a more boring sport to watch.
I love playing it.
Dylan, I don't know if you can be part of the site anymore.
That's fine by me if we're going to have this argument over basketball.
It's not a real sport. This isn't real wrestling. Anyways. Oh, love the pictures for the Twitch layout.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Baddest looking Dark Souls picture. Is that Raja Rondo or just some basketball player?
What?
It's a basketball player taking a basketball to the face.
Wait, did someone give me like what did Cody put my image as? I want to see. I'm opening it up.
So.
All right. Well, that other voice you heard was Dylan. How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing fairly wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing great. I finished up classes this week. So.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Time.
Yep. Gonna get a job sometime. I don't know.
But can I do that pretzel thing?
No. That takes so much work. It's not worth it. But yeah. So let's go ahead and get into it. Again, this is the Gamble Podcast, the official podcast of thegamble.com, post iTunes every Tuesday and YouTube every Wednesday. Let's jump into what we're playing, and I'm gonna go first just to get my
go ahead.
Stuff out of the way. And
could you, if I may ask, please keep it spoiler free?
Oh yeah, I won't go into that. We did a whole episode on Uncharted 4. What is
okay.
it?
So you got
63, I think, was full Uncharted 4 episode.
Okay.
So I spoke all about that stuff with Jason.
Yeah, as long as you're able to get able to discuss it somewhere.
Yeah.
Great. I've been one of very late. I've been like, please don't spoil this. Please spoil that. And I'm like, I feel bad, but I'm like, I was waiting for Uncharted till my birthday, so I'm gonna play it then.
All right. Well, Uncharted 4, so good. If you listen to our whole Uncharted episode with spoilers and stuff, you can tell that we all loved it. It's my game of the year so far. I don't see anything else beating it out.
Where does it rank in your Uncharted?
It's number 1.
Okay, wow, nice. What was your previous, number 2 or 3?
I like 2 better, but it was close.
Right, okay.
I need to get it. I really need to get into that series. I got a PS3 from a buddy of mine with 1 and 2, and it's just kind of sitting there along with the Metal Gear Solid series, just like burning a hole.
Oh yeah. You gotta play Uncharted 1 first. It is the best.
Brett, I thought you were over that.
I was. I'm back on board, baby.
I just jump back aboard the Uncharted 1 train, which doesn't exist.
Hello, John. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, it's definitely recommend. I mean, they're on PS3. They're probably dirt cheap now. At least Uncharted 3 is.
Yeah, probably
$10. I mean, you're not going to be playing like the up-res versions. You would be on PS4, but they still look great for the time.
But yeah, so Uncharted 4, great game. I was kind of playing whether I like it more than The Last of Us. I don't think I do. But it's pretty close. It's just that they're different games, so it's kind of hard to compare them.
The thing, Uncharted, you have that you already have that relationship established, and it only gets like the characters only get better, through 1, 2, and 3, and then obviously I assume 4 is the same. The Last of Us, it was like you had no pre-knowledge or predetermined like notion of who these characters are.
Right, but they do such a good job of just like establishing like a connection to them.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a tough argument, and once I beat Uncharted 4, I'll kind of trying to determine that for myself, but it's gonna be tough to do because they're two very different games in terms of setting, narrative, and everything.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm gonna beat the game again, and then I'm going to probably go back and play Last of Us just to, solidify my choices. I'm deciding Last of Us is a game I'm gonna play like once a year.
Yeah.
Ooh, but yeah, so there's so many things that like remind me of Last of Us.
Has those games.
Not like just the story and stuff, but like just animations. Like if like the character using a flashlight, it's like the exact same flashlight. Like boost people up to ledges. It's the same animation. Like it's not significant. Just like smaller stuff like that is obviously like related.
Yeah, yeah. What was I gonna say? First, yeah. I feel like everybody should have one game that they play once a year, just to like remind them why they love it. So, like for me, it's Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't you do Ocarina of Time?
Yeah, Dylan. I'm guessing yours is Majora's Mask.
Yeah, Majora's Mask, and I actually play The Last of Us at least once a year.
Okay, nice. There you go. But I was going to ask if you've been playing the multiplayer at all for Uncharted 4.
Yeah, I haven't played too much of it. I was going to go into that, but there is. So it's fun. I definitely don't get into it as much as I don't know. I wish I could. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of not. Again, I haven't played too much of it. Like probably around only like 10 matches.
Right.
But it's fun for sure. I don't know if I'm just like good at it, but it's super easy. Like the first match I played, I didn't even die and got like 20 kills. But it's definitely fun. Probably not gonna get as into it as I did Last of Us because obviously Last of Us probably the most time I've ever put into a multiplayer. So but yeah, I like the additions of like the abilities and stuff. So it's definitely fun. If I play it with people, I could probably play it for a long time. But just playing by yourself, it can get a little bit repetitive. But it is fun.
I don't know what's happening to my Audacity right now. It's like freaking out. It's like showing like the same audio clip every second. I'm getting scared. Pray to God is okay to go. We'll see, y'all.
Just run it. Just run it back. We're good.
Screw it. We'll do it live. Worst comes to worst, I guess. Dude, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Across the bridge. But yeah, when I played the beta, I definitely enjoyed it. It's fun. Yeah, it's silly. I was listening to Kind of Funny Games Cast from the episode yesterday. Like, should you play Overwatch? And like, I kind of go more into like how some of these shooters are, excellent excellent like campaigns and everything, and it feels like the multiplayer component is just added on to like, I guess like added filler. But like, what I like about Uncharted's multiplayer is like I'm not gonna play it like a Call of Duty or right now Overwatch. Like it's something different and it's still just really fun and silly.
I think I was blown away. Like I'm one of those people that like I think if a game has a story that it stands by itself, that it doesn't need a multiplayer. Like when I saw The Last of Us had a multiplayer to it, I was like, why? It doesn't need one. And then I played it and I was like, wow, this is actually a pretty like solid multiplayer experience. So like it doesn't feel tacked on. I think it's kind of nice that Naughty Dog does that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, for sure. For my audio, I unplugged my the USB to my microphone and plugged it back in, and it's taking my audio back up again, normal clips and everything. Hopefully, it still goes through it, and maybe just visually, it looks that way. It's around the 7-minute mark, so I'll just double check that after we're done recording.
All right.
This plays really well for radio.
Yeah. Somehow, some way, I'll be a radio host someday, and just. This will have my first show. Welcome to Radio station live on your host. Oh no.
Radio station live.
92.7, the big hullabaloo. I don't know. Anyways, continue on. I'm sorry. There's a train wreck already in my end.
It's okay. It's
Yeah,
okay, Brad.
but so you guys. So before you talk about Overwatch, let's go ahead and talk about Far Harbor. Fahaba, as Brett likes to call it. So yeah, go talk about that. You guys have both been playing that.
Okay. I haven't been playing it as much because of Overwatch, but it's the last main expansion DLC for Fallout 4, and it's pretty decent so far. I think it's pretty much what you'd expect out of a major Bethesda DLC with new weapons, a new locale, enemies, armor, etc. It's just really fun. It's more reason to play Fallout. My biggest complaint about Fahaba is the frame rate is not great. It's not the worst I've seen, but it is annoying enough that it is bothersome.
Are you playing it on the PS4?
Yes, sir.
It's actually hysterical. The PS4 for the first time I think in forever is actually getting worse frame rate issues and performance issues than the Xbox One.
That's wild. Have you had any frame rate issues?
I have had 0 frame rate issues running Far Harbor. I've never had frame drops.
That's wild.
And I just beat all the quests yesterday, and actually my review I submitted my review for editing, so that'll probably be up in the next day or two.
I haven't gotten too far into the main story of Far Harbor. I've just been doing some of the side quests for the people of Far Harbor, and it's a lot of fun. It's just cool going out there and exploring a new area. In my opinion, I think maybe it's because I've played it like probably 4 times now. I just think the first like 5 to 7 hours of the Commonwealth and just the Fallout 4 base game are just so boring.
You're not wrong, because I feel the same exact way.
Like, all I find myself doing the same quest. Just like it provides experience. Like I'll help like Paladin dance. I'll go get green paint for the Green Monster in Diamond City, and just like I've done this before like 3 times. I don't just not it's not new. Whereas Far Harbor, it's an entirely new area, new characters, and everything. I just got to the Children of Adam place.
Ooh, oh boy, have fun.
Well, I drank the water and I saw a ghost, and like ghouls came out and just ambushed me, so I died. So I got knocked back like 10 minutes of walking. But I've heard there's a certain section within the Far Harbor, probably the Children of Adam, that's just dreadful, and I am not looking forward to that.
Are you talking about the block puzzles?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
There's a section in the game where you have to use the settlement building system to solve block puzzles, and every review I've seen about it has said that it's terrible and it's jarring and it's boring. And I think it's fun because it reminds me of a lot like Portal.
Okay.
In terms of like how just like goofy and weird and out of place it is, and they're actually one of the puzzles is actually really challenging, and I was like, this is actually kind of a nice break from the dismal murder the dismal murder island that I've been stomping around on for the last 12 and a half hours.
Yeah. I just from the tweets I've read, it just drags on. I haven't done too much into the settlement building and everything, so I'm not too experienced with that.
There's literally like 3 things that you can build, and they're like pathways, these like weird connector blocks, and like defense turrets, and that's literally the only things you can build.
Okay, cool.
It's not that bad.
All right, sweet. Yeah, I just heard that it's really boring, so I'm just waiting to get that over with. Outside of that, though, I think it's just Fall Harbor is a cool locale. Yeah. It's very different. It's I think the biggest reason the frame rate drops on PS4 is the fog that's everywhere.
Yeah,
that's what I've heard. That's the reason. But outside of that, it's you see like radiation storms. Like part of Far Harbor looks like that radiation place in the Commonwealth. I can't think.
The Glowing Sea.
Yeah, it's Glowing Sea. Like somebody that looks like that, and you see like radiation clouds and storms, and it's like, holy crap, that looks badass.
Yeah,
It's really cool.
I've been playing. I beat all the quests in Far Harbor. I got all the settlements open. And the only things I really have to do anymore is like there's a bunch of locations I still haven't discovered. So I'm gonna go around and try to discover all those and go through them and everything. It's if you've been on the fence with like the Fallout DLCs, like the Mechanist and the Wasteland Workshop are kind of like placeholders to leading up to this. Like the Far Harbor is like the first fully fledged Fallout DLC, and they've actually teased that there might be more DLCs by the end of 2016. Because one of the things they said is that the season pass covers the first 3 DLCs, and then they had like this addendum that said, and anything else that comes out in the 2016 season. So people are kind of taking that to mean like this, this might not be the last DLC. And knowing Bethesda, they're not going to put out The Machinist, which is like maybe a 2-3 hour DLC with like a settlement building system, a DLC that's just stuff for settlement buildings, and then one actual story based DLC. Like I doubt that this will be the last thing we see from Bethesda.
Right. Quick question is, I haven't downloaded the Mechanist one yet. Is he related at all to the Mechanist in Fallout 3?
I have no idea. I haven't played Fallout 3.
Okay, there was a quest line. Yeah, it was like a side quest involving the Mechanist and like a bug hero or something, in some random town. Like you had to side with one of them, and I just thought maybe coincidentally, he's in Fallout 4 as well. I don't know.
It might be because well, I don't want to ruin too much of it, but the Mechanist from the Mechanist DLC actually has like this delusion of grandeur that they're a hero, and they don't really realize like what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's it might be pulled from that.
Yeah, that's kind of how it was in 3, if I remember correctly as well. So.
I have to say I really like Far Harbor. It's kind of interesting because it's a very different area. In terms of like it's a whole different animal in terms of like you're constantly being irradiated by the fog. Like the fog gives you rads, but it's not like the glowing sea where you're just constantly taking like deadly amounts of rads.
Yeah.
But it's enough that it can be a hindrance if you let it get to you. The new monsters are actually freaking horrifying, they're actually tough,
Oh, absolutely.
Because I'm to the point where I'm walking around the wasteland as like this juggernaut, this friggin' dreadnought from Warhammer 40K in power armor, these monsters actually will they will take you down no problem. And I like that there's it feels like deadly again.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I forget their names, but some of them are just like, please leave me. Like there's Marla things there, and other ones, and I'm just like, please leave me alone.
There's a breed of Mirelurk on that I've never seen in the base game. I don't know if they're
called the Razor Claw.
Not the Razor Claw. They're like the Blood Spawn or Bloodletter. They have like red glowing eyes, and I've never seen them before.
I have a weapon, a legendary weapon called Bloodletter. So maybe.
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
Anyways, we'll be at 18. Okay, we'll only go to Overwatch for like 5 minutes. I promise.
All right.
All right. Well, okay. 5 minutes. So the first question I have for you guys to sort of get started off on. So Brett, you said that you don't usually get into like these massive online games that much, but this one you see yourself playing for a really long time. What do you think the difference is between this game and sort of the other ones out there?
I think the difference between like this and a Call of Duty is that for one thing, there are multiple reasons, but for one thing, it feels fresh. It's not just a standard military shooter with AK-47, M16, whatever that we've seen countless times in Call of Duty, and it's nothing new. It's a hero-based, team-based shooter like Team Fortress 2, with all these colorful and unique heroes and different play styles, and guns, and skills. Secondly, it's Blizzard, and they are one of my favorite developers of all time. Some of my favorite games are from Blizzard, and I love the idea of them trying something new that isn't fantasy, Diablo, Warcraft, or Starcraft, or whatever. Maybe it's not more realistic, but it's not like
it's grounded in reality.
Yeah, like it's more cartoony, and it works really well. That's how I feel.
All right.
Any more
You guys
questions?
can just. Nah, that's all I got. But if you
Okay.
guys want to talk about anything specific now, go ahead.
I don't know. I'll reserve most of my stuff for the games on tap tomorrow
Oh, that's right.
night.
Yeah, tomorrow night we're doing games on tap.
Yeah, tomorrow night's all Overwatch all the time.
Yeah.
Um,
For me, quickly, just my verdict is I understand if you're not into these kinds of games, and it doesn't have the most legs, the longest legs right now, because there are only two core game modes that are really going to be playing. There's like the quick play, which is like a mix of objectives and your standard game mode, and then there's a weekly one where it's a lot different. Heroes have more health, cooldowns pretty much don't exist. There's a very quick recharge rate, and your ultimate skills go up really quickly. So it's more fun. I don't think it should be taken as seriously as kind of just like a mess around like hectic game mode. But I think it's the best shooter I've played in years. It is somehow Blizzard made this game incredibly balanced, in my opinion. All 21 heroes are viable. There are a couple that I will almost never use because I can't grasp their style, like Symmetra or Reinhardt. In my opinion, is kind of boring. Same with Diva, and it's just they found that balance, and it's just very fun because a character like Soldier 76 is most akin to that Call of Duty, will be most accessible to that Call of Duty player because he has a grenade launcher. He just shoots like a submachine gun type thing. He's very easy to pick up. And then there's Widowmaker, who's tough to get a hang of because
that's my girl.
Oh, she's all.
That's my girl.
She's growing on me. And then there's Zarya, who uses her. She's a tank and she uses her shield either to shield an ally or shield yourself. So you gain, it's like a reticle, and it increases, and your damage output increases on your main laser, and you just become this not only like a damage, like a bullet sponge, but a massive damage dealer too.
I have seen some, and I cannot I think the thing that's amazing about it is there's 21 heroes in the game available right now. All of them are so drastically different. Like you can make two of them akin to each other. Like Hanzo and Widowmaker are a sniper.
They're probably, in my opinion, the most similar heroes.
But
I play them very differently.
Yeah, like Hanzo, you can play a little bit more aggressively. Like his arrows have a different, like they behave differently. His all of their abilities, like every character's abilities are so drastically different from every other character's. And there's a role in the game for everybody. People who aren't first-person shooter players can still pick this game up and play it. That's actually, I'm working on an article right now on how people who play RPGs and MOBAs can actually get into this game because there's so many different transferable skills.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's not a new player in a MOBA is going to be so overwhelmed. And I mean, with Overwatch, it's like you have three skills. You have R1 or L1, and like those are your two skills, and then you build up your ultimate skill, and that's really it. And then it just comes down to when is it best to use those skills, whether it's to escape or to trap an enemy, and use your ultimate to save your team or to secure your team to win with a crucial double or triple kill, and there's some strategy involved to it. It's really satisfying.
Yeah, I'll reserve most of my opinions for that for tomorrow night, because that's going to be the whole podcast. So
yeah,
but I think Overwatch is, I think it's another fine example of I don't think Blizzard can actually make a bad game because they have yet to make a bad game.
I do not disagree.
like I don't like Hearthstone and I don't like World of Warcraft, but they're not bad games.
No.
Like they're good. Like every one of them is
a Hearthstone, and it's so fun. It's so addicting. My computer can't handle it anymore, and I don't know my Blizzard info. And I put it on my phone. I'm just like, whatever. I played it. I loved it, but I don't need to play it anymore.
Yeah.
My quick thoughts is one of the most satisfying things in Overwatch is your backs are against the wall. The team you're on defense, and the other team is trying to secure that last objective or push that payload to the final spot and win the game, and you have to defend that spot for upwards of 3 minutes, and it feels like an eternity. And every single death matters. I was playing a match last night with Jason, John, Michael, and maybe Cody. I forget who else is there. A couple of Game Boy players. We forced overtime, which as long as somebody is in the objective, overtime will keep going. And it's not until the whole team is eliminated and out of that zone for like 5 seconds or 6 seconds, then the game will end. I was playing as Zari, and I was able to stay alive, and then John came in and Jason came in. We just kept slowly pushing. We gained momentum, and what was a surefire, like, we're not making any progress. For a good 5 minutes, we were slowly keeping the overtime going.
That's
keeping people alive, and it just like we felt like a well-rounded team just communicating and saying, like, this guy's up top, or someone's behind us, just be careful. We're always looking around to take care of them, and we pick each other up, whether it be John healing or Jason getting a crucial kill with Farah, or myself putting the bubble up for somebody. It's probably the single most satisfying thing I've experienced so far in Overwatch, and it's happened a couple times. I've had these awesome wins with my teammates, but that one in particular stands out. I'm like, holy crap, yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, cannot recommend enough. Overwatch, please play it.
Yeah, the only game to ever receive 15 seals of approval.
Dylan, I'm getting on an Xbox One for sure.
Oh man, we need to play.
Oh, you're buying it twice.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm gonna end up buying a PC SKU so I can play with all my friends on PC. Like, it's going to happen.
Oh my god, yeah. I don't think I've bought. I don't know the last game I bought twice, but Overwatch is gonna be the next game.
If I get it, I'm torn because a lot of, like, Dylan and Jake, and like, you're gonna have it on Xbox. A lot of other people have it on PS4. My friends want me to get it on PC.
Most of the game, if you're gonna play with the Game Boy, most of the Game Boy will be on PS4. No.
Yeah, right.
To Jake.
Plus that would probably be where I get it anyways, just because, like, I don't pay for Xbox Live as well, just because I wouldn't use it that much.
Yeah, I noticed, like, you play mostly like multiplayer games on PS4 anyway, so
yeah. If you're going multi-plat, go whichever system you use for online the most. As much as I'd love to have you over on Xbox, I'm not gonna be like, buy it on Xbox.
Oh, we're not friends anymore.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on to the news storm.
Boom!
Boom! It's raining. It's been raining here literally for like the past 2 weeks straight.
Really?
Yes, it's insane. Like
this weekend, but now it's still like in the 80s and 90s every day. It's just like, oh, I wouldn't mind a little shower or something.
No, but it's ridiculous because here, like, this time, like, it didn't hit me until I got out of school, and I remembered, like, how hot it was last year when I got out of school, and it's like not like it's usually in like the high 90s, like when school gets out.
Yeah,
but
we're about 90 right now, between like 2 and 5.
But yeah, it's so weird because it's like it hasn't been like hot all year. Yeah, like today it's only like 70 degrees here. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, for sure. Anyways,
save that for the weather podcast.
Coming 2017.
Yes. The free PlayStation Plus games for June have been revealed. I was really happy when I heard about this.
I'm so excited.
I tweeted about it. I was like, the way to step up your game, PlayStation, because like the past few months it has not been good at all. Like I haven't even downloaded the games because I wasn't interested in them. But so for June, the PlayStation 4 games include NBA 2K16 and Gone Home.
Oh my god! Yes.
Oh god, get Gone Home.
That's an all-star lineup.
I've been wanting to play it for a while.
Gone Home made me weep baby tears.
Oh, and I've heard great things, and I've had a little bit spoiled for me, like just like the general like not. I guess the final conclusion of the story is, but it's still unclear enough that I still want to play it.
Yeah, I'd recommend it.
Yeah. And then NBA 2K16, I was actually going to buy it probably this summer.
Me too. It was freely speaking on Xbox One, and
and then Sony's like, "Hey,
2K is probably my least played sports franchise because maybe it's because I don't play that often, like compared to NHL, Madden, or MLB, and I'm just terrible at it. Like, I feel like it's really clunky. Like, I love making a GM and like making the Sixers and like getting the first pick and then like signing some player. It's like, yeah, this is awesome. And when I play the game, I'm like, this isn't that fun. And again, maybe it's because I'm not good, or just like I just feel like it's really clunky, and maybe I'm going crazy.
Yeah, really, 2K. I haven't played it since 14, I don't think. But my player is what I use.
Oh, I haven't played it yet in 16, but I always loved my player.
Yeah, my player. That's really the main thing I play. But yeah, and then PlayStation 3 gets Echo Chrome and Siren Blood Curse.
Echo Chrome sounds familiar. That's like
oh my god, are you serious? I'm gonna actually boot up my PS3 and go download Siren Blood Curse right now. That's a really good horror game.
Boom, there you go.
Episodes 1 through 12.
What?
Oh, that's all of them. No, it's really good. It's a super good game, and it's really obscure. I'm so blown away.
You heard it here first. Go play Siren Blood Curse. I had no idea what it was.
It's this really weirdly obscure Japanese horror game, and it was actually like it's kind of boasted as like one of the last bastions of kind of like the third person or like the third person fixed camera angle like horror games.
Mm-hmm.
Well, go play it, everybody. I honestly, like, I hate horror games, so it's just like I think the last horror game I played was Outlast probably, and I quit after like an hour. I was like, no.
I don't blame you. Outlast is kind of rough.
Yeah.
But then it all becomes the same and repetitive.
No. And then the PlayStation Vita games are Little Deviants and
I think it was a launch game on Vita.
Oh, okay. And then God of War: Chains of Olympus.
I think God of War Ghost of Sparta was free last month. It's still this month. I mean, I'll download. I played them before. And I liked them, but they're not the main God of War games.
Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next story. No Man's Sky has been delayed. John is crying right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I am 2 points. I am very sorry for the likes of John who are so excited for this game.
It's okay. So I'm not upset that I'm not super anticipating it. Like when it comes out, I'm gonna buy it for sure because I'm interested in it. But like it just makes me mad because like I thought it was coming out at a really good time, like the beginning of summer. At least I'll have something to play. Like if I can get really into this, then I'll have something to play like the whole summer. But now it won't be coming out till August 9th.
Yeah, that's what, 2 months delay.
Yeah.
About 2 months. Yeah.
Reading the lead dev statements, like
Sean Murray.
I mean, he pretty much said. Yeah, he pretty much said that like the same thing I always say when a game gets delayed. Like it's a hard decision, but it's better to put out a good game than to put out something that's rushed.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's
right. I'd rather have it.
This game is so tremendously ambitious, and I'm not gonna fault Hello Games and their everybody there for wanting to make this as memorable as as it can be. So, you'd hate to see this game like super ambitious and it's like for a week everyone's playing. It's like, oh, it's great, and then just kind of just dies off. Like you want this to have a lasting impact, not only as a game, but like what I guess independent developers can do and what we're capable of making in video games and these these tremendous these very ambitious ideas.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
My biggest issue is the fact that was it Jason Schreier of Kotaku and then even Sean Murray himself, they've been getting apparently death threats.
Jason
Schreier, in my I'm not the biggest fan of Kotaku, but I will give them credit where it's due. They do an awesome job reporting and getting this information out to the public. I think they're great at it. Schreier in particular. He shouldn't be getting death threats over doing his job well. And neither should Sean Murray. I can't imagine how he's feeling right now because he has to delay his baby. This game we're so psyched for. But with all due respect to anybody, putting out death threats to these people, whether they're just, whether it's malicious or just, benign, it is a video game.
Yeah, first of all, if they cancel the game, they don't deserve death threats. But it was delayed 2 months.
There are plenty of other games to play. My God.
To put it into perspective, there was, I think this was 3 or 4 years ago, there was one specific sniper rifle that got nerfed in Call of Duty, and the lead dev for the multiplayer got thousands of death threats as a result, and people just saying the most awful things. Is come on, how many of these people are kids that aren't being supervised, and how many of them are sociopathic to the point where their opinions don't actually matter?
It makes me so frustrated. I know this is a very, very, very much a minority in the gaming community. Unfortunately, it's a very vocal minority. But it is a video game. It is not the end of the world that this game is getting delayed. There are other games to play, and I can't.
It doesn't make sense.
No, it's unfortunate that they're trying to do the right thing and people are decrying them.
Video games are supposed to be fun. Let's embrace that. These amazing experiences. Let's not ruin it by saying I'm gonna send you a death threat because I'm mad about this game I want being delayed. No, think with your head. Do you really, read this to yourself before you post it?
No, the answer is no.
I'm gonna cook your marshmallows for too long so that they pop in the microwave. That's bad.
Oh yeah.
I want this person to enjoy their marshmallow. I mean, really? Come on. That's the PG version of a death threat. I get so mad at that.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
That's why I stay away from comment sections and message boards and everything. I just kind of go my own pace, and I always have, and I'm content.
As am I. Let's go ahead and move on to our next item on here. Okay. I read this article a couple of days ago. I thought it was really interesting. So, actually, wait, can we do this? Because I think there's spoilers in it. Hold on.
There are spoilers, but I think they're under spoiler tags in the article. So
okay, yeah, they are. Okay, so
from me, I know. Does it involve the Nathan Drake being invisible and Elena's just kissing the air or something? I thought that was really funny.
I read this. Dang it! Okay, wait, hold on. You guys don't click on this article because it might have.
Not going to.
It's click to reveal spoilers. Let me see. Let me make sure because if there's anything I can talk about, I want to bring it up because I thought it was really interesting.
But Dylan, there's I guess it's a GIF or a video of someone cuts out Nathan Drake and there's a cutscene with her on a couch, hugging and stuff, Drake and Elena, and it's just Elena kissing and hugging the air. It's just really funny to look at.
That's awesome. What Grant is looking for at all for all our viewers at home is the features, some things that got cut from Uncharted 4.
Yes.
Would you like us to talk about the next article while you're perusing that one?
Yeah, go ahead. I don't think I'm gonna be able to talk to you about any of this actually. Dang.
Okay. Well,
I was excited to talk about this. I thought it was cool.
You can throw that in a spoiler cast at some point.
Yeah.
Well,
we'll say it once you guys all beat the game, I guess.
It is rumored that for Injustice: Gods Among Us 2 is in development and set for release in March of next year.
Excited for this one too.
I was a big Injustice fan. I know it got a pretty lukewarm reception from the FGC, but I had a blast with it. It was such a fun party game for my friends and I.
Yeah, I remember picking it up at launch and not expecting much. And for a while, I didn't even know it was made by people who make Mortal Kombat. And it was just cool to play as a competent fighter with all these with Batman Superman, Joker, etc. Like it's fun. You know, it's not polished like some of the other major fighters out there that you see at Evo and such. But again, it's just fun and it's something different.
Yeah, I had a lot. I picked it up when I was in my senior year of college, and like brought it back to the dorms, and I beat the campaign. And then one night, I just brought it out to like one of the common areas and just put an empty controller up, and people just walked by and played it. And by the end of the night, we played for like a solid 10 hours until like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and just like people just picking different characters and playing different characters. And it ended up being like once a week, we'd all go out and play Injustice with like all of us out in the Union, and it was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I know my school, very rarely people have Smash Melee set up, and I often pass by and I'm like I haven't played Smash Melee since like 2001, 2002. I'm like, damn, like it's really tempting to just play it, pick up and play around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Injustice, for some reason I feel like I heard like stories about this like years ago that they were already like developing something. Or at least they were like confirmed.
It was successful enough that it warrants a second.
Well, yeah, I think okay. Well, the stories that I heard must have been like that they confirmed that a sequel was coming. Because I remember like 2 or 3 years ago reading articles like that.
I could see it. I mean, it's
Let's see if I can look up the sales figures.
It's so like I remember it selling well. It got a pretty decent reception. I know the FGC community, like the really hardcore FGC community, wasn't a big injustice, and I don't know why. I didn't read too much into it. I kind of dabble in the FGC scene, so I can't speak to that. But it was a fun game. I'd pick up the second one.
Yeah. Fortunately, there's an ad right now, so
yeah, I think I would too.
On Visa charts, we'll see if this is. It just says 360, so it might just be 360 sales.
Okay.
I think it was free, or it was like $5 on Vita, and it it just looked.
Yeah, it was free on PS4 for PS4.
It just looks watered down and not a big deal. But
breaking news: the weekly brawl for Overwatch is called Super Shimada Bros, and it's Genji and Hanzo only on Hanamura.
What?
And all the ability cooldowns are tweaked.
Oh my god! Yes, yes! Oh my god! Yes. So I initially thought that the weekly thing was just going to be like 200% health, and that was it. I was like, oh man, but like, it sounds so stinking fun.
That's going to be fun.
It's a good reason for me to practice Genji. So.
Oh, he's my favorite assault.
This is, I guess it's on 360. I don't know why it just has 360, but on the VG charts, it sold 1.4 million units globally. I don't know if this is just 360 or what. Let's see if I can check that. 1.24 million. Is there a way to check? So it's sold over 2 million at least.
And that's fairly respectable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like it must have sold well enough for sure to like justify a sequel.
Gonna check those Vita sales and the Wii U sales. So.
All right. Well,
have fun with that.
Vita sales.
Yeah.
150,000.
I'm not like the biggest fighting game guy, but like for some reason I don't know. I think it's just like the whole like superhero character thing that I can sort of attach.
I think that's what actually did it for me because like I love playing the Mortal Kombat games and I love playing I loved Injustice. Like I remember trying to pick up I don't remember what it was. Like I tried picking up other fighting games and I don't know why they just don't do it for me. I think like Skullgirls was the last fighting game I actually poured more.
Try, like Blaze Blue or Guilty Gear.
Oh no! Don't touch don't touch those.
No.
No, they are not for casuals. And I say that as a fighting game casual.
I mean, obviously, Street Fighter V is its own beast, but I picked it up. Okay. Like, if there were like 1 million people, I'd probably be like 6 million. I wouldn't even rank.
Anime fighters are in like BlazBlue. Friggin' Guilty Gear. I remember thinking, man, Guilty Gear, this looks really cool. I picked it up as like this cute little, middle schooler.
It looks so fun.
Then I tried picking it up years later, and I got wrecked every step of the way.
Cody says the fighting game community didn't like it. Speaking of Injustice, because of the interaction with background elements and a lot.
Oh yeah, that's right. They were like, they're like it's like competitive advantage depending on like which sides of the screen you start on.
Mortal Kombat X recently, I tried playing and I was like, I could do like 2 hits in the most and it would just stop. And to be fair, it's the first time I was playing, so I don't know how effectively to do combos. But like playing Street Fighter, I can land a 6-7 hit combo. I'm like, yeah, and then playing that, there's an interactive environment. And I was like, no, this isn't it. Not for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I like the environmental sort of interactions that you could do. Like I remember there's this one stage, like I think it was Doomsday's stage, where you could like jump up and like there was like a chandelier in the middle of the room, and then like the first thing everyone would always go for is try to get in the middle room and then throw that chandelier. So kind of, sort of like
that's right. Like, that's right.
No, it's not as like for extremely competitive like fighting game guys, I understand why they wouldn't like that, but for some reason just playing with like friends and stuff, I thought it was a fun addition, just sort of like fight over position for these hit points and stuff like that.
Yeah, I can agree with that. It's about all I got to say on it.
Yeah, I mean it's fun.
Yes. Next up, Titanfall 2. Some details have been rumored, such as including a grappling hook and bigger maps. Hold on, let me pause this ad. Titanfall 2 will introduce new pilot abilities, a grappling hook, and have bigger maps, according to a post on the game's subreddit. The information, which has since been deleted, was leaked by subreddit moderator I Love Google Glass, who cites someone in the know as their source.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold off on I can only speculate, but I was a huge freaking Titanfall 2 fan. Like when I bought it on 360, I hit Gen 10. I hit like Gen 10, which is the highest basically prestige class you can hit. I hit Gen 10 within the first maybe month of play, and then I picked it up and got to Gen 6 on the Xbox One. I freaking love Titanfall. It was probably my favorite. Well, up until Overwatch came out, probably my favorite shooter to come out in the last 5 or 6 years. Like I was more into that than I was even into Halo 5, and Halo is like my base shooter game. And that's just how much I love Titanfall. So it's I like the idea of bigger maps and new pilot abilities, because I think there was I don't remember what it was, but there's basically one pilot ability that was just trumped by all others. It was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, like the thing with Titanfall is, I feel like we've talked about this before, but the game is super fun to play. Like it's one of the most fun shooters just to play that I've played in a while. But the game is just so thin from a content standpoint and a customization standpoint. There's barely any guns, like you said. The abilities, there are obviously ones that were better than others, and there weren't that many of them. And I just feel like you got to a point where you didn't have any feeling of progression after you played it only for a little bit.
The thing about Titanfall 1 was when it came out, it reminded me a lot of a free-to-play fighting game, or the beginning stages of a MOBA, or any game that kind of progressed over time, because they added a ton of customization stuff as time went on. And I like that, and that's why I love Respawn, because they're somebody who's stuck by their product even after it was out. For a long time. Yeah, they still put out occasionally they put out these rebalances. But the thing that I liked about Titanfall was there wasn't a big weapon selection, but that's because every weapon sported a specific role that and every weapon, every class ability, every secondary weapon, and all your different grenades and stuff that you carried, all of them had specific roles to fill, and they were all balanced within those roles. A longbow, the longbow sniper rifle would almost 9 times out of 10 beat out the assault rifle or beat out an SMG in terms of distance, as where if the person with the SMG got in close, the person with the sniper rifle screwed. And I like that weapon balancing that the game had, because I feel like a lot of modern day shooters Halo 2 or Halo's a series that's all about the power weapons. Just Halo in general is all about power weapons and map control. What's like my biggest complaint about Call of Duty is like there doesn't seem to be weapon balancing. Like there are clearly weapons that you should never, ever use, and then there are weapons that you should use all the freaking time. And that to me doesn't scream balancing. And that's why I much preferred like Titanfalls with like the weapons had their roles. They filled those roles. And if you wanted to be a sniper, these were the weapons you picked. And it kind of put everybody in those regards like on the same playing field as other snipers and then as other close range combat people. But I loved it. Titanfall I don't think it got enough groundswell for what it was, but I understand why it didn't because it catered to the hardcore first person shooter audience. And outside of that, there really wasn't much else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're a fighting game player, you play fighting games and you play tons and tons of matches, and that's really all you do. And if you're a first-person shooter player playing Titanfall, you play tons and tons of matches, and that's really all you do.
Yeah. Moving on. The Last Guardian has had some details revealed.
I saw that.
So the Last Guardian's bird dog creature thing, Trico, might be a friendly-looking beast, but the creature also has some formidable powers, as revealed by the latest issue of Edge and reported by Games Radar. Sony revealed that Trico can shoot a deadly stream of lightning from its tail. So here's how it works according to Games Radar. Trico's ability is linked to a mirror picked up by a boy, which is wielded like a shield. Point the shield in the direction the creature will fire a devastating bolt of red electricity.
Sounds interesting.
I just read all this in a GI article. Did this come out before that came out?
This was on May 26th, so it was 5 days ago.
Well, I would guess maybe it was under embargo or something.
I don't know. That's strange because I think the last GI article I read, it was the one with Gears of War 4 on the cover, actually said these exact things. So I'm wondering where the disparity is there. I have never. I've never played Ico. I've never played Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh no,
I wasn't a PlayStation kid growing up. But like I always love seeing these kinds of games come out, like these games that kind of challenge the mold of what people want nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't play. I played a little bit of Ico. I beat Shadow of the Colossus. It's a beautiful game. Just like the experience is wonderful.
I have a feeling this is going to be of the same vein. And I'm excited.
Sure, I hope so. This game's been in development hell for so long. Cody says, "Wait, Trico like the Pokemon?"
No, not the Pokemon. Unfortunately, no.
Didn't they confirm it? It's coming out this year.
Yes. I'm gonna double check the article.
I don't know, man. I'm not gonna be solid on that until I actually see it on store shelves.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm right there with you.
Game is slated to launch sometime in 2016, though a specific date has not been revealed.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Yeah, boy.
That's that. Like, Les, I don't understand. It doesn't look that great to me, to be honest. Like, I know it's all about the experience, but I haven't played Ico and Shadow of the Colossus either. So maybe I just don't get it. But I don't know. It doesn't really interest me that much.
Yeah, that's totally understandable. I mean, I think if you have that previous attachment to Ico and Shadow of the Colossus, you're gonna want it to succeed because you want it to capture that magic of why those two games are so great. And people have cared about this game. For some people, it's their Final Fantasy 15 or Kingdom Hearts 3. That game that's been in development hell for years, and it's like we're finally getting something. And you hope
or Duke Nukem Forever.
Oh God, yeah, that garbage. Duke Nukem himself too. I said it.
All right. Next up, Minecraft has added. Well, it will be adding a new PvP multiplayer mode on console.
Hot dog.
Hot dog.
This sick white knuckle thrill ride action we've all been waiting for to Minecraft on the consoles.
The console version of Minecraft are set to see some new modes inspired by community activities. The new mode announced by Mojang is a competitive multiplayer mode known as Battle, where up to 8 players use randomly generated resources to fight each other in a
I have breaking Overwatch news.
What?
So,
so much breaking Overwatch news.
This is a couple hours ago from PC Gamer. The headline is, "It sounds like Overwatch." God dang ads! Come on, stop. It sounds like Overwatch's McCree is going to get nerfed.
Are you serious? Why?
Principal designer Jeff Goodman says the gunslinger may be a little too hot for the rest of the Overwatch squad to handle. I'm going to read the rest of the story real quickly. Please nerf McCree probably isn't the most unique request ever made on the internet. Everyone wants to nerf something, after all. But in this case, it's interesting because it might actually happen. In response to a complaint about the Overwatch's gunslinger, damage potential, and stun-inducing flashbang grenade, principal designer Jeff Goodman replied that he's been keeping a close eye on the character since the game came out and suggested that changes could be on the way. This is from Goodman on Battle.net forums. I've been watching McCree carefully since we released. McCree's flashbang plays an important role in being a strong option against very fast, agile teams, dear lord, such as Tracer, Genjis, etc. It's also a nice tool to prevent close-range devastating abilities and ultimates such as Reaper's Death Blossom. That said, it's probably a bit too good at dealing damage to higher health targets such as tanks and barriers. I don't have any concrete changes yet, but I'm going to be testing some things internally to see how he plays. To clarify, he said he wasn't specifically talking about the flashbang. The focus of the message is that it's probably a bit too good at dealing damage to higher health targets. I mean, his Flash fan combo, not the Flash itself. What he's referring to is doing a flashbang, and then I'm using McCree's like unload all at once clip.
I can see that.
I mean, I haven't noticed it against.
He can drop a Reinhardt in pretty much one combo with that.
Yeah, he can definitely.
And that's utterly insane.
And on top of that, he does his roll and he gets his ammo. He gets his clip right back.
Yeah, I don't know. I would rather have them nerf May, but that's just me.
Yeah. Oh well.
Any more?
Any more Overwatch?
We're gonna have one more by the time this is done.
May, please. We could discuss this on Games on Tap tomorrow.
And we will.
Boom. That's another talk.
I'll add it to the docket.
Boom.
You heard it first here.
I hijacked this show for Overwatch.
You did. You hijacked it with Overwatch. Did we finish this story? No, I don't know. This can be our last one because we're kind of running out of time. And the last one's like really not too important. We can go over them quickly if you want to.
We can plow through these. We have time for them.
All right. So the Minecraft mode matches start out in a time state of invulnerability. They're tasked in this limited amount of time to scour the map and gather resources. Once the timer ends, then players can engage in free-for-all battle, where the last one standing is the winner.
That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, it sounds pretty cool. Like they have modes like this on PC. I think like Hunger Games is sort of like this one sounds different than Hunger Games.
Well, Hunger Games is a book and a movie, so.
Well, yeah, Hunger Games is also a Minecraft mode on PC.
Sorry, I had to.
So yeah, I'm kind of interested in. It's more Minecraft. I haven't played Minecraft in a while, but yeah, no one else is interested in that apparently.
I don't know. I haven't played Minecraft a very long time. I was an addict when it came out. I will never ever buy it on console ever because I'm not paying for skins and textures. But good for the. I like to see that the console gamers are actually getting a little bit more love as time goes on. Like it's actually worth it to get it on the console if you want it to run. Like if you want it on the console, it's actually worth it to get it nowadays.
Yeah, and Like they used to not like it used to the console version used to be super far behind on PC in terms of like updates and stuff. But now I think it's only like one update behind, so it's like they're keeping up with it pretty well. Okay, so we can just run through these last two quickly. Rocket League developer Psyonix has revealed a new map it will be introducing to its Rocket Labs playlist. The map is called Pillars and will arrive in June, continuing the virtual reality theme. So the idea this time is basically to have an emphasis on using multiple walls to score goals by like banking shots off the walls and the columns in the middle.
Dear heavens!
Yeah. So like Rocket Labs, it's interesting. I don't really like. I haven't been playing Rocket League nearly as much as I used to, but Rocket Labs is interesting. I'm not the biggest fan. Like when they first announced like the mode, I was like, oh, this is really cool. Like all these maps seem like they would add like a whole fresh take on the gameplay, and they do, but not all of them work super well. I like the circle one. Like there's one that's like a circle where you can go around. That's probably my favorite. This one looks interesting too, but it's not as probably exciting as I thought it would be when it first came out.
Yeah, one day I'll pick up Rocket League. Maybe.
Have you never played it?
I have literally never even seen the title screen of Rocket League.
But the music is so good, though.
I don't doubt it.
You gotta play it. You're making a big mistake.
I know. I make a lot of big mistakes.
Next up, Xbox. Rocket League has dropped its price to $300. No, Xbox One has dropped its price.
Jesus,
price dropped to $300.
Really? This just flew over my head.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So the Xbox One price has dropped by $50 in the United States, returning to the 300 mark it was at for periods in late 2015 and early 2016. The official Xbox website advertises the new starting price, and it's already gone into effect.
When did this happen? Like, when did this news come out?
Today.
Okay, that explains it. I obviously missed it.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to assume that if I say most likely we're going to get that Xbox Slim this year.
Yeah, right.
That I would imagine that would be $350.
See an announcement.
Probably. Oh yeah, that would make sense.
But I mean that is crazy that it's $300, and some bundles come with a new game, like the newest game, or
if you order it off
like Gears of War and stuff.
If you order it off Microsoft Store, it said in that article that they give you a free controller in game with it.
On top of the one controller that already comes with it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, actually.
Jesus, you're giving this system away.
There's been so many good Xbox One deals for a long time.
There's if I had a buddy of mine talk to me about buying an Xbox One. He's like, what bundle should I get? And I just Amazon searched Xbox
There's like
One
50
bundles and sent it. He's like, I don't know, which one do you want? And he goes, oh geez, oh man.
There's like a Halo bundle, a Forza bundle.
Yeah, no, because I feel like every other week, like one of the stories in the news storm is like, hey, Xbox One bundle with this.
Excuse me. Yeah,
Bless you.
It's wild. Thank you.
Yeah, no, that's good.
It's dropped to $200 now.
Basically.
That's nuts.
I'll take 4.
Yeah, please.
And lastly, PS4 sales have surpassed 40 million units.
Good job.
Surprising.
Good job, Sony.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Uncharted 4. Are there any?
It definitely pushed.
Yeah, absolutely. Are there any major first-party games coming out in the next few months?
No.
I mean, we'll get stuff in E3, but maybe
next few months. I don't think so. Horizon scheduled for this year.
Yeah,
Last Guardian scheduled for this year still.
Yeah, those are two significant titles.
The only game I'm looking forward to between now and the holiday season is Monster Hunter X. Or Generations, I'm sorry, the English title.
Dylan.
And I can't wait to lose my mind on that one.
God, it's gonna be so good.
It's like Devil May Cry meets Monster Hunter, and I want it.
Dude, you're gonna play with Cody and I, and we're gonna wreck stuff.
Let's do it.
He gets really into Monster Hunter. Like he put like 170 hours into full role.
Oh my god!
I put like 30. He loved it. I think other games came out at the time.
Oh
yeah. Whew.
All right. Well, that about wraps up this episode of the Game Bowl Podcast, episode 65. Your weekly dose of lightning in a bottle. If you have any topics you want us to discuss,
he says I actually put in 240 plus hours.
Oh my god! Hey, you know what? I can't make fun of him for that because I have that much time on one character in Fallout 4, and I have like 5 characters.
Wow!
So I can't make fun of him for that.
Yeah, I have just about that much time in Final Fantasy 14. So, yeah.
Game of Podcast posts iTunes every Tuesday and YouTube every Wednesday. Recent stuff that we have put up on the site. Brett, shamelessly plug his Overwatch review again.
Yes, also shamelessly plugging my complaining piece about why I'm not a fan of upgradable consoles, mid-generation upgrades. With the Xbox Scorpion, PS4 Neo, I just I share my thoughts, and I will admit after writing it, it is mostly one-sided, but that's the side I'm more passionate about, and yeah. Well, actually, what upsets me is I put that on N4G, and then I think an hour after I put mine up, DualShockers, a more well-known site, put theirs up, and it was sure at both sides. I think it probably did better. I was like, dang it! I was there first. You stole my idea. Definitely check it out on DualShockers.
Yeah, if you want to find Brett on Twitter, you can follow him at DualShockers.
Right. Now, you can find me at Brett Woodmansee, WOODMANSEE.
Dylan, where can we find you?
Hiding from Twitter. At Optimistic Gamer, 0PTI MYSTIC.
Certainly optimistic.
And you can find me at GrantRam3. You can follow the site at @the_GameBowl. That's all we got for you this week. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you on the next episode. Later, guys.
Take care.